All right, my friends, here's another round of tidying in my garage. I think this was really a 36-minute session because I did fast forward this to save some time and not be so boring, because if you saw this in slow motion, I think it would be a little bit boring. I decided to make sure my garage door was locked. Made sure everything else in the house was locked. Made sure I had my house key. Made sure I had my cell phone with me. Made sure I had some water before I got started. Turned on my TV and I watched, and Roku, to watch my Netflix show. And I'm just continuing to go through every single thing. So I've never paid for extermination services, but I do have a service come ever since I purchased my home. And there are traps all over my garage set up by the exterminating company, but there was some rat droppings on that lid. So I tried to clear it off before I open this bin. And I'm deciding to get rid of things that maybe I'll never use. And if I do decide to make a project that requires them, I'm just going to have to go purchase it and quit holding on to these things I've had for so long. But yes, I'm serious about going through every single item. The reason I had to make sure everything was locked is because my only child was out with his friends. So instead of just sitting inside watching Netflix, I said, Vanessa, get your tail up and go do something. Now, this thing that I'm holding in my hand was made by an inmate. And my brother, who is in prison, he had gifted it to me. And it is something I'm not sure I believe in anymore, and I'm just holding on to it. You know, it's got sentimental value. Those things are hard to get rid of. Again, I'm using that pink basket to hold my trash bag. It's come in handy. And even though this is, I don't know, it was probably 9 o'clock at night. It was still hot in here. I do think I had my fan out though, this time. But I was still breaking a sweat, as you could see. So I decided to make this basket the garden basket. So anything that has to do with my gardening, including solar lights, I'm going to end up putting here. And that's how I like to organize, is put like things together using bins I already have. The goal is going to be to have one half of my garage completely free of any items so that I can park in here, because I am thinking about investing in an automatic garage door opener. It's just been low priority on my list. It's going to take time, but I'm making progress. You guys will see how this looks at the end of my, what did I tell you, 36-minute session. Oh, I decided to use a bucket to make it like the car wash bucket. Not that myself or my son are washing my car. Every now and then it happens. so I have things available to wash my car at home. It's amazing what you find when you look at everything. For instance, that purple basket I just put on the table has our water shoes, and I was looking for those probably a month ago, and now I know where they're at. I also decided to put in this basket because I had found a bucket of sport items. It's waffle balls, baseballs, those birdies to play that game. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called. It's almost like tennis, and then you have that little birdie. Anyhow, I decided to put those all together. At this point, I'm slowing down. My motivation is decreasing because I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty. Another thing you'll probably see as I continue this process is I may go through things more than once. Because the first pass is usually, okay, I can get rid of a few things. But then you go a second time and then you're in a different mindset. You're like, no, I really need to get rid of more stuff. So again, putting things where they belong as soon as I find it. Oh, these containers in my hands, I might end up giving them away. I was on this kick of every time I went to Dollar Tree, I bought them. They come in, I want to say 3 to 4 different sizes, and I was purchasing all of them to put in my pantry, but I ended up with too many. There's a lot of stuff in this toolbox that I had collected for DIYs. When I first moved into my home several years ago, when I more or less started my DIYs, and I had so much stuff. I'd get all these ideas from YouTube, and I'd go to Dollar Tree and buy everything and make them, and then I got crazy over saving everything. Those are 2 bike tubes, I guess, for my son's bike that's right behind me, so I put it in that bike helmet. I'm going to wrap up this session, and I will show you guys. I ended up collecting a whole bag of trash, and when I get to that point, I'm usually like, this is good enough. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in the end. Much better than what we started. I do have an idea that I'm going to be working on for next week's video, still in the garage. Thank you guys so much for watching.